Welcome, race fans. It's magical, amazing to be back for the 2026 VR Sim Racing World Championship. My name is Webbo, here to join you once again for this season, and we have got a phenomenal season in front of us. We're having a sort of a practice run at it here. We've got the S1 drivers coming up later on, of course, on the channel. Do not miss that. In about an hour and a half's time, we should be underway for qualifying at the S1 League, where the very top tier of Formula drivers are live and in living colour for your entertainment, of course, and for their glory. But this is how things look in the rookie season that we're here to discuss today. In fact, I'm just looking at the Alsace Village Circuit trackside images, and the weather isn't looking too hot right now, actually. So waiting to see if anything turns up from that. But this is how our season is going to be running for you all. Hopefully everything is running okay for me. Do say hi on the SVR stream right now. Be great to hear from you. Great to see if you're with us and ready to go. I can see several people here already, but I just want to say hey to everybody before we get everything underway. Yeah, I'm just looking at the weather. There's nothing physically rolling in, but the skies do look quite overcast for us. Alsace will start the season, of course, followed by Sardinia for an Italian start to the season that is not mirrored in the other divisions. We've got Suzuka Yas Marina and then Laguna Seca, and a whole host of other tracks will make up our 12 race season, where we will get underway then for Spa. For the end of proceedings. We're just trying to follow various procedures today for the first time, so bear with us as we get everything ready. I've been asked if I can ping a live link in the general chat. Okay, so Tequila, are we not seeing how? Are we not seeing the stuff? Well, Grinch is here and ready to watch. So good to see Grinch has found his way. Grinch, do me a favor, would you, and post this one, this link into the general chat. I did post this one, but I'll just get that organised for everybody. Let me sort that out for everyone. It's always fun to be asked requests mid-stream. So thanks for that, Tequila. Great to do my best then. Of course, I've got a vamp on the voice while I try and locate everything. And general chat decides to hide from me at this particular moment, which is always fantastic. So there we go. Let's get that in for everybody. That's not even working because I pressed the wrong thing. Okay, so this is the problem. This is the difficulty I have here. So there's that, and then there's that, and then we're going to copy all of that. We're going to paste that in there. It's a wonderfully professional setup we've got going on here. Of course, we've got only the person currently streaming is able to find the actual stream on the homepage of the channel. This is our driver breakdown. Then we still haven't started qualifying, but my view of. Oh, I'm just seeing I'm not seeing the live stream on my system. No, we're all good. We're all good. Hi to everybody. Hi to Going Greys as well from a different league. Great to have you here, and Stefan, who I know under another name. So wonderful to have you all here. Let's have a look then at the driver breakdown, shall we, for the rookie season beginning here on season 3. Not everybody is quite as advertised. Not everybody is in fact a rookie. We'll get into that later on, I'm sure. PSV Racing will be in the golden coloured cars with Vertigo and VRhotlaps, which I'll probably have to refer to as Hot Laps throughout. We've got Hector Motorsports, who will be mostly purple, representing by longer term members of the league, Bannon and Rizback. That's private first class Bannon, by the way, and Rizback in the number 20. We've got Team Black will be Irish Liquid and Hervas making a return, as we mentioned there. And we've got Irish Liquid as well in the 666, the number of the beast, of course. So good to have them with us. We've got Jazzy Beats and Lord Souza, who will be representing Team Orange. And Team Yellow is Jody Highroller and Rodrigo Fonseca. So just need to make sure you've got Fonseca, as he will show up on the list. And we've got Jody High Roller, and I need to just make sure I know exactly who Jody High Roller is. But we do have some different drivers in reserve, I think, right now represented. Then we have for Team Blue, Candrus and OZCARGT, or Oscar. So yeah, this is I just need to make sure. Just make sure that I'm getting everybody's messaging going. We're just ironing out the kinks here. So Aeon Flux and Crooked Woody. That I'm going to get in trouble with that one. We're going to call him Woody in the 69. Of course, he had to choose 69. Aeon Flux has gone for the 420 as well. So there, for Team Green is our current situation then for the rookie. We will get into all the colours. Hopefully everything should be made very obvious, although I can see that Crooked Woody is not, in fact, wearing his correct livery, at least on my screen anyway, unfortunately. So we will do our level best to find out where everybody is on the circuit, and I will get us trackside momentarily. Here we go then for the first qualifying session of the 2026 VR Sim Racing World Championship, and here we have Verti on track in P2 at the moment. Let's try and get you some overlays, shall we? Now that is an incredibly enormous track map, is it not? I think we've got a bit over the top with the track map. I don't know if I have got everything correct there. I mean, I've copied my settings over from last season, but that's giant. So we might have to live with an enormous track map. I was just going to check around, make sure that that everything is working to the best of our ability. We've got a couple of drivers who are running picture-in-picture Twitch streams today, so we'll get that out there for you. And there is Rizback, King of Riz, of course. Who is ready and raring to go for this season, I know for sure. Yeah, he is doing. He's done a lot of practice to be ready for today. So we'll get ourselves ready. I'm going to have to. I'm afraid. I absolutely have to show what's going on the screen here for myself. Verti leading them out. He's about to complete sector 3 of the racetrack, as we'll join him on board. I'm going to have to assume male pronouns unless known otherwise. Then, as Grinch says, it's a track MAP in towards the final 2 corners then of this 17 corner circuit at Alsace Village, and heading into what looks like a hairpin, but it's actually quite wide open into turn 1 then for the first time of asking. Clip that inside curb and then get yourself up into 2nd or 3rd gear before the rise. Move over to the right hand side because we're going to be going flat out through turn 2. It's about a 450 meter straightaway before turn 2, but of course it's flat all the way up until the unnotified braking zone for the highly banked turn 3, which is slightly tighter in fact than turn 1. Then we're going to be riding our luck through turn 4. It's a tricky one, this constant radius left, difficult camber and distracting with our helicopter overhead, and then heading deep down into the right angled turn 5. It's a much shorter turn. You can get very imbalanced in the midpoint of that turn as you head then through. Then if another flat out, but stay right, of course, because they've got another fast flying left-hander coming. It's quite easy to get lost around Alsace Village as we get back out onto the crested exit and heading into what you can usually take very, very quickly if you take this middle lane near the dotted line across the circuit. But he has to drop a gear there through, and then it's a really important approach then to the tightest, slowest corner on the racetrack. It's a braking point, a braking turn on the approach into the corner. Ignore that racing line, it really is absolutely rubbish, before we then head through another very important launching pad for a steep climb uphill. Believe me, in VR this is almost vertigo inducing, then dropping straight back down under the tyres. Another tricky braking zone. I think we're going to see some contact into this point, into turn 15 and 16. Turn 17 is a bit nothing. Beware of that pit lane entry line if you're having to pit later on. And that is a flying lap from Verti, as Pablo Dios here, as many will know as Hervas, a hot favourite, returning to the run. As Verstappen then comes through, I do wish we wouldn't use known names. As Dios goes into the pit lane. Verti second now to Verstappen with Souza in third position. Let's have a look. We've got Verti down to fourth as Jazzy Beats goes into second place. Bannon in fifth. Oscar just deposed from Irish Liquid down to eighth now because Woody's gone into P3 and Fonseca into fifth position out there. So as we run through, this is the first flying laps then from everybody. VRhotlaps comes through. He is approaching, well, he's in that final section. He's going to go downhill now, braking heavily. Don't be distracted too much by the clouds. Hopefully we won't be into any kind of rain situation for the first of our rookie races. That would be incredibly unlucky. Skating that wall on the right, hugging the pit wall to minimise the track distance covered, and that's a 150.8 for Hotlaps, the first driver into the 150s. What a great start from him. And we've got other drivers then making their way through. Of course, Rizbak is on his own run at the moment in his home race, as he's in P12, and we'll see him come across the line then very, very soon. Just hi to everybody that is joining us. I'll catch up with the chat momentarily, of course, as we run into the banked corner. We have Rizbak then currently having not set a time. One of the seasoned veterans of the first season that we used to call AN, after the designer Adrian Newey. And it is Rizbak then trying to get the very best exit. That's very, very gentle. I think he's decided to bail this lap, and making a hugely welcome return is Stormborn here in the Red Bull Junior, Adrian Newey designed Red Bull Junior car that we use for the rookies here in the, well, I would say open wheelers, but certainly the Formula cars, the high downforce cars, underpowered compared to their runs later on. So here we have it. I just want to see if I can't turn. Who have we got? What have we got on our stream here for Verstappen? Because that is, it's Abu Hamid. It's Abu Hamid who goes by Max Verstappen, or Verstappen on my screen anyway, but it's Abu Hamid who has put himself into that second place and a 151.136 ahead of Jazzy Beats in P2, in P3, sorry. Fonseca in fourth. That's Ricardo Fonseca. As we continue then through, and we see VRhotlaps comes into the pits then for the PSV racing team, closely affiliated with Team Oro and all the golden cars throughout the course of this season. We'll get into all of that detail later on. As Grinch says, he doesn't recognise this track. He was expecting Eiger today, so no bueno for Eiger for you, unfortunately, but that's how it is. So we continue then through this qualifying session, and this is on board an outlap currently. Let's see how our drivers are doing at the tail of the standings at the moment. This is Rizbak coming through to finish that that second sector into sector 3 now. Tight right-hander. This is where he decided to cool his jets on the way through last time. As we get our power through. A little dip on the power, try and position the car so you can get on that power as quickly as possible and climb this super steep hill. Then of course you're trying to scrub that speed off as early as possible to get into this terrifying turn 15 right-hander. Big bump on the apex of that corner as well. Just shave the wall on the right hand side. It's painted black and white for maximum visibility. That's Dios, that's Hervas, who has gone into second place now, and Rizbak goes P7. Rizbak into P7 as we've been watching his stream. We'll switch over to his teammate there, Bannon, for the picture-in-picture as we get underway. Unfortunately, we have to watch an ad for a moment. There's not much we could do about this, but we are getting there very, very soon. So my apologies. But Rizbak in P7. We'll go back to VRhotlaps, who is finishing his outlap, and we'll see how it's done here. His current advantage just 1/10 of a second, just shy, 2,000 shy of a tenth advantage over Hervas. And we will watch every moment of this first sector at least. Oh, big oversteer moment through turn 1. Just getting on the power, very excitable. Is VRhotlaps on this second one. He knows how tight this is, so we will see if he can hold on for the next 2 corners anyway, and try and make up for that slight loss. Very wide on entry, a typical high-low high kind of run through for VRhotlaps. Many drivers will take a more circumspect run, risking it all with 2 wheels out on the dirt at the exit of the track, but that gives him amazing track positioning on the way through. He's lost 2 tenths. I think we saw exactly where those 2 tenths went begging, but that doesn't mean this lap is over. He'll still be pushing. 2 tenths is recoverable, so we'll stay with him through the right angle turn 5 as we continue then through here and into 6. I'm afraid I don't have track names for corner names for you. It looks like Abu Hamid has got an extra little bit of lap time there, but it's not good enough. OZCARGT up into P5. Rizbak goes P6, so claims an extra position, and we run through, and that is closer then for VRhotlaps. He's gone into within 1.5 tenths of a second here. Let's ride with Hervas, because he's got 2 corners until his sector is over. We are out of time. The checkered flag has fallen, so the drivers will finish the lap that they are on right now. Some drivers have actually finished already. You can see Bannon has already finished this lap. It's a positive lap delta for Hervas. Back to VRhotlaps then as he's about to close out his lap. Does he bail? No, he's staying right for the pit lane. And it's a faster lap. He's gained 5.5 tenths of a second on his own pole position that way. Absolutely astonishing performance from VRhotlaps, knocking on the door of the 1 minute 49s. We absolutely love to see these drivers put in these really special performances. Let's see what Dios can get. VRhotlaps absolutely weaving incredible performance out of that final sector. He was 1.5 tenths down on his best and the best in that second sector, and he gained 7 tenths in just 1 sector alone. That is outstanding work from VRhotlaps. Let's see what can Hervas do as he admires the blue and yellow blimp in the sky here, filming every moment of today's action for us. In towards turn 15, carrying a lot of speed through there, perhaps not quite on the power as he would like in between the 2 corners, but he goes left. Will that cost him a little bit? And it's 2.5 tenths of a second slower than he's been before. The order then in qualifying, as far as I can tell, we'll just wait to see Abu Hamid come across. But it looks like, no, this is a very slow lap from Abu Hamid. Jazzy Beats has completed. This is Rizbak still pushing. Will he be given the overage time to actually complete the lap, I wonder? It's so close. Yeah, Kim, just a message to Kim there. But there we have our run. It's VRhotlaps in P1 from Dios, from Abu Hamid, from Hervas and Abu Hamid, as you know him. Then we've got Jazzy Beats and OZCARGT. Let me just go back here. There we go. We've got Jazzy Beats in 4th, Oscar in 5th, with Rizbak in 6th position, Woody in 7th, Ricardo Fonseca in 8th position, followed by Souza in 9th, Verti in 10th, Bannon down in 11th place, and Stormborn ahead of Irish Liquid. Some 3.9 seconds managed to separate the grid there, but amazing performance from our drivers, as we will wait to hear from the host as to when we get underway for racing. So I will be there for you momentarily. So let's just get everything organized for you. We'll wait to see what the drivers make out of this one. We've got the 666 there with driver in the color scheme, Celestial 666. So good to see you, everybody with us. Do shout up on the live stream if you wish to. Yeah, everything just being changed here. everyone's checking in and ready to go. Just reassure me, folks, that you've found your way. Hi to Vicinity. Obviously, I've talked to Stefan before. Isn't it great to be back racing? It's even better for me this season, I think, because I don't have the stress of practicing for this division. So that's the way it is. Thanks to Going Grace there as well. But yeah, it's great to be back for the rookies. Relative sprint length race. We're going for 21 laps, of course. Underway momentarily. I think I better just make sure that everybody knows where we are. Do you know what? It's actually harder for me to find the starting soon than to type something. It's right at the bottom on the left. That makes sense. Okay, let's get that sent out to our host Wask right now. Thank you to Wask for hosting. It's very good to have him host for us. Give up a little bit of his practice time for in between weeks. Of course, we'll see Wask next week out at the G1. And the G2s will be racing next week, the GT3s. And as I said, coming up on this channel, this place for all of you will be the S1 coming up in just over 1 hour's time. We'll see them start qualifying. But we have a 21 lap race ready for you very soon here at the rookie division. There we go. Wask gives us a 1 minute countdown. Just a note to any drivers or teams, if you want, I can always use team content. And I can put a quick livery reveal or close-up or a escapes view of your cars. Just don't provide music with it for me, and I can add it into these short gaps. Give everybody, and possibly even the start of the stream, and give everybody a close-up view of your awesome livery. So we can't wait to see everybody going for our races. Last opportunity then to give me your predictions. I have on reasonably high authority a prediction from well, I don't know whether I should name them just yet. I'll name them if they're right. I've got a prediction of a win for Hervas today. So let's see if that eventuates in the end. And we have this giant track map ready for you. I have no idea why we have such a giant track map, but we do. So the race is about to get underway. Here we go. I hope you're all looking forward to it. I need to be able to see what I can see, and then I will get rid of all of that, and we will drop down, try and get you a decent camera angle. It looks to be virtually impossible. It's time to go racing then for the rookies as it's dropped the clutch and go, and VRhotlaps scorching off the lead with his hazards flashing as Hervas looks for an opportunity around the outside. He's level with Abu Hamid at this stage. So side by side they go through the corner and kicking out onto the dirt, but everybody looking pretty good out there so far. We've got a too wide situation. I think that's affecting Jazzy Beats and Oscar as they run through the left-hander, but at the moment it is, oh, there's a spin. We have got a spin already, and dropping down the order then, who has managed to go? Oh, what a shame. It's the home nation favourite. It's Rizback for Hexen Motorsports, but VRhotlaps is in the lead, and the side by side between Abu Hamid and now Oscar, because Hervas has come unstuck and gone down to P4 side by side into the right hander. Very tricky to go too wide through that section as they continue then through, braking at unusual places then, but at the moment VRhotlaps living up to his name, and he's away fantastically there in the lead of our race. We've got Dios then, who is Hervas, running side by side now, and that is with Oscar around the high side, around the bank corner. Oscar's going to have the better run through here, and at the front we've got Abu Hamid fighting hard with VRhotlaps as the yellow team are up against the gold team. A little touch in the rear, maybe running through that one, and then sneaking up the inside comes Oscar. We've got Hervas versus Jazzy Beats in the background, but we'll focus on this battle in the for P2, and it's Oscar who's off on the grass. I couldn't quite see if Oscar was touched into that position, but Team Azul dropping back down the order slightly as we've got Hervas dueling with Jazzy Beats as they continue through, but Abu Hamid and our leader VRhotlaps come across the line to finish out lap 1, and we'll have a quick look at the start replay, shall we? Down from the back of the grid, and this is on board with, I think this must be Rizbak, is it? No, it's Bannon as he sweeps around the outside. Everybody behaving themselves pretty well through here. A little nibble at the back from Souza possibly, but as they run then through the continuation of this lap, can't really see anything that went wrong. Let's see. Oh, there we go. That was Rizbak colliding with the barrier on the inside line, and unfortunately not working out for our Frenchman, who is in his second year here of the rookie season. VRhotlaps setting the pace right now, the fastest first sector of the lap, and with Abu Hamid in second place, with Hervas followed by Oscar with a monumental gap of 2.7 seconds back from P4 to P5. We've got Fonseca in 5th, Woody in 6th, Souza in 7th, Bannon in 8th, Stormborn in 9th, Verti in 10th, Irish Liquid followed by Jazzy Beats, who goes into the barrier, unfortunately. Jazzy Beats for Team Orange. Great livery on the car there. Let's see what happened to Jazzy as he gets into it. I mean, we've all done this, got out onto the dirt and then around we go, unfortunately, and it's a slow and difficult trip straight into the barrier. Let's give you a driver's point of view to enjoy, shall we? As we'll go to near the back of the grid. We'll go down to P12. Well, I'm trying, but I can't seem to. There we go. Let's refresh that, and hopefully I will be able to see what you guys can see. Looks like Hector is misbehaving for me. Yep, I can't get Hector interacting at all. I will try and get that back on for you. There we go. It is working. Okay, good. As we'll try it, we've got Irish Liquid then, who I didn't even see was streaming. But yeah, I've got no idea. But anyway, it is lap 3. VRhotlaps leads by 1.5 seconds from Oscar in P2. Continuing though their great battle is the side-by-side rivals already. Abu Hamid in the yellow. We've got Hervas in the space-themed Team Black. An interesting take on the black approach here. Oh, out onto the grass and gravel goes Abu Hamid, and he rescued it incredibly well, but spinning and catching the car, but unfortunately dropping 2 positions. It's this difficult turn 4 once again, round the corner onto the grass, hit the power, and unfortunately the rear end of the car just does not want to be involved in a situation like that. So dropping down to P6 as we've got Woody heading down the inside there on Ricardo Fonseca. Woody ahead of Rodrigo, excuse me, as he's into P4 in his livery, which is not particularly well connected to his team, I do believe. Gone for a very brightly coloured, a special livery for the French round, and the Stars and Stripes possibly. But we've got Hervas then in P3, Oscar still in P2, but he's catching now. He's catching VRhotlaps, who's on the hard tyres, and he's had a fantastic start. How is Oscar doing this? On the soft tyres of all conditions, as he runs down hard into the right-hander there, as Stefan says Abu Hamid is his prediction for the win. But we've had one each then for Abu Hamid and for Hervas. Everyone's sleeping, it seems, on Oscar and VRhotlaps. As there we go, Hervas in ahead of Woody now, with Abu Hamid down into 5th position on the medium tyres. And of course he's got damage, and the damage is on heavy, as in every division here at SVR. There's no refueling either. So Fonseca against Bannon. Bannon on a great run here, as you've been able to see on Hector this whole time, running around the outside, trying to claim the inside line is Bannon for this right-hander. Very, very tight down there, and he'll go side by side. He'll have the slightly better run through the corner, and that looks very, very nice from Bannon. Can he sweep round the top to the outside? There. So this is fantastic stuff. And then there's a tiny little touch on the way into the corner. Hopefully no harm, no foul from them as they run round the outside, and it's Fonseca who is in the lead. And you've got Bannon claiming that position into P6. Oscar leads the race. If we had a problem for VRhotlaps here, let's have a look. Or was that a straightforward overtake? Oscar claiming position. He's on the soft tyres. He's even treating the car quite roughly on the tyres, and that is amazing to see. So Oscar on the soft tyres, chewing through those tyres on only lap 4. They'll be almost to the point of undrivable, that front left, very, very soon. But Team Azul has Oscar in that P1. And then we've got PSV Racing, Team Oro's sister squad there in the P2 for VRhotlaps, but very much in a commanding position. And into the pits at the end of lap 4 comes VRhotlaps comes Oscar now into P2. The screen just changed on me just at that exact moment of calling it. Woody in P2 ahead of Hervas in the Team Black there. So Woody in the second position ahead of P2. Let's go down to see how Rizbak is doing on your picture-in-picture, shall we? As we will see his moments. But here we have the hot favourite Hervas, who has found some lightning pace over the course of the off-season. I happen to know because he beat me in another championship. We've got Oscar in P4 and Abu Hamid then in that 5th position, as Oscar, coming out of the pits, has put on the medium tyres to run a soft and medium tyre stint plan. That's his strategy anyway. Oscar going to try and sweep around the outside of Hervas. Hervas has not pitted yet, but has significant damage on the back of the car. Should be able to continue running for some time. I would imagine that if Oscar has done his homework and can run softs and mediums, then surely the drivers can run hards to softs, which is almost always my favourite way round of racing. But we'll see how the drivers prefer to run this. VRhotlaps leading by 4.6 seconds from Woody, from Oscar, just 2 seconds further back. Then we've got Abu Hamid and Hervas out in 5th place, Bannon in 6th place, a little bit on his own there with Fonseca in 7th. We have Stormborn, an amazing Stormborn, up to 8th place from her qualifying slot, and Souza in 9th place. Then we've got Verti in 10th. Irish Liquid in 11th place, and Rizbak in 12th. Jazzy Beats at the back here, having run into a little bit of trouble earlier on, had to fix the damage, get onto onto newer tyres, but I do love this livery. I think we need a little bit more gradation in the orange tone, but I'm going to spot that a mile off, and that always wins a vote from your commentator. Anyway, we've got VRhotlaps putting in a tremendous performance so far, but remember, Oscar was ahead before the pit stops. So Oscar now has a little bit of traffic. He's trying to use those new tyres. He was able to use the soft tyres early to his advantage, stay out of trouble, and here he is in P3. It's several drivers' debuts, of course, here at the league. It's great to have so many drivers join us in the off-season and get themselves organised, get onto our Hector system very early as well. Oscar with the fastest lap at the moment of 52.069, as you can continue to see. Rizbak in your picture-in-picture. Do call out if you're seeing anything in the Race Engineer app that I've pinned to the top of the post. I think the first post on the live chat today was the Hector view that I can see, where you can pick whatever you want to look at, and of course you can move around your screens and hit those other buttons. I should be able to pick this new view as well, which is kind of cool, right? This is the progress around the lap, so you can see visually just how far away Jazzy is at the back of the circuit there from P1, about a third of the racetrack away. So it's very cool, but it's very big, and we do need to lower the size slightly. Oscar catching Woody at this stage. Woody's on the mediums, about halfway through their lifespan. It's lap 6 of 21, so Woody is abusing those tyres like crazy to have Oscar right here. Usually we would expect to see our drivers in using one stop. So just 2 sets of tyres for this run, but they will have to be cognizant of their fueling, and we are expecting draconian refueling penalties if the drivers put so much as a single litre of fuel in their car. So let's wait to see how that is all going to work its way out. We've got Abu Hamid ahead of Fonseca and Stormborn right now. Stormborn running in that new colour change at the back livery for Team Azul. And she is running 1.1 seconds back from Fonseca, with Souza not far behind in the Team Orange car as they run through. Of course, orange named after the fruit, no less. And that's a little bit of a moment there for Verti. I think that was a little tail twitch on the way through turn 1 for the PSV Racing second driver, at least second driver today. Of course, bragging rights have not been chosen, but let's just see. Looks like we got on that power out on the marbles. Good save though, Verti. Nice work there if you can get it, but dropping a position unfortunately back there. And we have Dios in 10th. Irish Liquid in P11. Looks to be slow off the corner there, Irish. So he's allowing teammate, is that teammate Risbach? No, it's just a good overtake, good clear run from Risbach. Beautiful Hector livery on the car. This time round. We'll get into everybody's liveries, of course, later on. But look at Risbach go back up to P11 after a rough, difficult start, making contact with the barrier on the hard tyres as well, which is always a horrible feeling when you've decided to start on the worst tyre and then you get contact early on, or you have a little off-track moment. Risbach running it out very, very high through here. Don't cut the nose off the Team Black car on the inside. You've got a slightly narrow approach into the next left-hander, but he holds on at the moment. Anyway, this is the run. I'm going to go onto one of my favourite cameras for the run up the hill here on board with Irish Liquid. This gyro cam gives you a little bit of a sense of the change of direction and the amount of hill climb that we've got to do. Because in that moment we go off track into the hay bale, sadly, for Irish Liquid. And then we'll pitch downhill again at a much reduced speed on the way through the corner. And he'll, I'm sure, watch that back and chuckle to himself. Good to have everybody there. PSV Racing team boss there, team owner and channel. Check out the PSV Racing channel, of course, as you should check our VRhotlaps channel as well. Beautiful gold livery glinting off in the French sunshine today. Oscar has overtaken Woody. Let's see if we can't catch that in the replay buffer. Just the tail end, I think, of the overtake, but making his way through inside of that first sector was Oscar. Remember, Oscar running fourth and forward in this route, out onto the tricky curbing there, but he's got such a good pace advantage right now because he's on newer tyres, newer mediums versus Woody's very old, very second best medium tyres. It's lap 8 of 21. The laps are absolutely flying by. VRhotlaps leads Oscar, a non-pitted driver ahead of a pitted driver, but Oscar, I'm worried about Oscar making those tyres work to the end of the race. Let's wait and see if that is going to happen as we have a look at the fuel loads as well on Hector. We can have a quick look at the fuel consumption rate. Looks like Oscar is absolutely bang on the money to cross the line and run out of fuel on lap 21. So he needs to just keep a close eye on that one. We don't want to see that run out of steam later on. But it's VRhotlaps 3.7 seconds now ahead of Oscar and Woody. VRhotlaps with a great advantage at this stage. Here is Abu Hamid, another of the league's favourites for a victory today. But things just aren't quite working out for our odds-on favourites. Woody into the pits with 27 litres of fuel off his medium tyres. In comes Abu Hamid as well, and his Team Black team are ready to receive him. Team Yellow team, but the engineers are all in black. Bannon's in 5th place, and Lord Souza continues through. Bannon goes up to the 4th as he overtakes Abu Hamid, who's in the pits. Bannon on the medium tyres, on I think his second set of tyres by the look of things. Abu Hamid on his brand new mediums has managed to just get ahead of Lord Souza. That's a big moment for Abu Hamid, and when he looks back at that one, that will be decisive. Great to see Lord Souza as well, racing with the Petrobras sponsor on the rear wing as well. Very good indeed for him. So Souza with that orange slice on the wheel cover. Love it on the front there. Really, really nice little touches. And we've got Hervas down in P7, still on his starting set of hard tyres. We've got some side-by-side action going on here. It's Verti with Rysbach going down the inside. Can Rysbach get the inside lane here? There's a little bit of rubbing, little bit of paint traded, and then Rysbach on the defensive, and around comes Stormborn. These two used to dueling with each other from this early part of last season, and Stormborn takes P9 expertly there. She's got the soft tyre, sweet soft tyre, early grip through the right-hander, and Rysbach yet to pit on the hard tyre, so he'll be quicker later, but right now Stormborn is looking very good for that P9, possibly even P8 as she chases down Verti. Look at this! Down the inside goes Stormborn. Very cool manoeuvres right round the outside. Of course, the next one is a left-hander. She's going to be able to tuck ahead here. Rysbach hoping to follow through, but a very, very clean overtake there from Stormborn. A tyre advantage for sure, but she's had to work to be where she is on track, no doubt. And then it's side by side. Could it even be 3 wide as we head down? And then a little nerf in the rear for Stormborn. Rysbach says, "Merci beaucoup. I'm not. I was no part to any of that." But unfortunately for Stormborn, that was a miscalculation off the racing line. Perhaps feeling a little bit aggrieved, even. But yeah, that was just poor braking performance from the PSV Racing entry. Unfortunately, that was Verti making contact with the back. I would imagine Verti should have damage after that one, but not quite. It hasn't actually worked out. Stormborn will be familiar with the early season rookie mistakes. And then, of course, she is on better tyres. Verti was off the normal racing line side by side with Rysbach, so just needs to make sure that when he comes to make an overtake like that or defend a position, that he anticipates less grip on the racing line down into those tight right-handers there in the track. VRhotlaps leads against Oscar. VRhotlaps hasn't pitted. Oscar has pitted with Woody in third. But we are focusing for now at least on the battle for P8, 9, 10. Although Rysbach is getting away from this battle. Stormborn kind of slightly leaves the door open. And Fonseca doesn't need a second invitation all the way through there. And I think with the damage here for Stormborn having been nerfed into the barrier, and struggling for sure, I think it might be so bad she needs a pit stop. Into the pits though comes VRhotlaps, and Oscar takes the lead of the race on those medium tyres. What a fantastic stint from Oscar. 53.210 the last few laps. Contrast that with a 54.3, 53.7 from VRhotlaps as his tyres were fading. Out of the pit lane comes VRhotlaps. He'll be golden to the end for 10 laps on the medium tyres. Doesn't want to get caught up here in a battle with Woody, who is on the the older but softer tyres. Woody trying to go around the outside. VRhotlaps has to work for this one. He really needs to bed down into P2 and then go off in hunt of Oscar. Should have the inside line coming through the next corner, VRhotlaps, but he's compromised on the way through. Woody's going to try and hang it around the outside, but VRhotlaps just laying claim to that one. Still has his hazard lights flashing, but he won't know that inside the cockpit, of course. That's the problem that we always have with VR racing. If you're unfamiliar, if you're new to us, every driver in this VR Sim Racing World Championship is, of course, racing on VR, as you should be able to see when we click here through onto one of our driver POVs. This, we have a problem with seeing ads, unfortunately, for a moment. So we'll try and just get rid of that one from the run. I need to just visit everybody, I think, on this stream, but you can see how much more active, how much more dynamic the view is for our drivers than perhaps you're seeing yourselves. As Jazzy Beats here will go trackside and onboard with the Team Orange driver as he runs side by side then with Verti. Jazzy Beats on pretty old hard tyres at this stage. Possible hint of some contact there on the heart of that right hand banked corner, and continuing through. Jazzy Beats in P9 ahead of Verti, with Stormborn watching on. Verti long on the brakes, another slight misjudgment possibly although maybe Jazzy was just a little bit more cautious on the way in. Hard to tell between the two drivers. I'm not in the car. I don't quite know what they're feeling, but they're on similar tyre wear, and this is where things went a little bit awry last time. How Verti avoided front wing damage in that contretemps earlier on is quite beyond me. But looks like Jazzy Beats has managed to secure that position. Then he sets off in pursuit of his compatriot Ricardo Fonseca. Why do I keep saying Ricardo? My apologies, Fonseca. There we have in P8 behind Rysbach on the hard tyres, yet to make his pit lane. Paid advertisement, says Grinch. Absolutely. So Oscar in P1. We were hoping to try and get Hector a paid membership to Twitch so that we wouldn't see those adverts, but we're a little bit shy of the funding target for this season. So if you would like your business to be one of the team title names, then absolutely get in touch with the league. And if you would like to contribute financially more than you already do, then we are more than welcome. We're more than happy to take further engagements and try and help get rid of those adverts. It's Bannon in 5th. Oscar still leads VRhotlaps from Crooked Woody. Bannon in this 5th position. We've got Hervas, hot favourite Hervas, in P6 at the moment. Has had a quiet race so far with a little off-track moment in that early part of the race, as VRhotlaps, I think, is starting to close in. Then his outlap was a 2-minute dead lap. Hard to see. It was so long ago for Oscar's hot lap. A little flash of the lights there. I don't think that was deliberate necessarily from VRhotlaps, but Oscar comes through. He is absolutely fading. He looks to be on a nailed-on 2-stopper. I don't see those tyres lasting another 8 laps of abuse here at Alsace, and the tyres really do get a lot of abuse. So it looks like VRhotlaps is going for that 1-stopper. He won't, of course, know the pit strategy of the car in front, but he better track the relative lap times slightly in terms of the gap that's happening. We've got Hervas and Rysbach in the pits at the moment. Woody is further back from the lead, 7.5 seconds back from the lead of this race. Very much still within the clutches of a podium, but it looks like he's going to be making another stop as well. Then we've got Abu Hamid with a 52.6 that last lap and a best of a 52.1. That's fantastic, as Woody still has the fastest lap, a 50.818 as we run through, and you continue to see. It looks like we've just had an issue then for P13. Let's have a look. Can we see? I just saw a quick change on Hector. Was this a problem then for him? It was. It's another exit out of turn 1, unfortunately. He won't thank me for finding that particular moment while we run through. But the gap then at the lead of the race is down to 1.9 seconds now. Oscar having to push really hard. And we do have a slight problem with the liveries for the Azul Team Blue, is that most of the time, with the colour that they've chosen, it looks turquoise or green in the sunshine and the light conditions we've seen so far. So yeah, it's not been amazing in terms of positioning. But here comes Oscar into the pits. Then 19 litres of fuel remain on the car. 19%, 19 litres. We've got VRhotlaps then retaking the lead of the race. Oscar and Crooked Woody both in the pit lane. Here comes Woody, and there you can see Woody on the back wing as well. If you were in doubt what the Woody was referring to. And then it's side by side through that turn 1. Abu Hamid on the outside, Woody on the inside. Abu Hamid with very worn medium tyres. I've got my doubts that even they will even reach the end of this race as things stand right now. So looks like Kaisha de Pixel. We've got our Jazzy Beats is catching Lord Souza for P8. But Abu Hamid just 0.6 of a second, nearly 0.7 now of a second ahead of Woody. Woody on those fresh mediums, which will be fantastic to the end of the race. This is Rysbach, who has just made his overtake past... No, he hasn't. My apologies. Was this an overtake coming from Rysbach? Let's have a look. Looks like a very early turn-in. Is this a beautiful switchback? Oh, it's just trying to make the exit work for Liquid, but unfortunately didn't happen for him. It's one racing line pretty much on the exit of that corner. as Jazzy Beats is down in 11th. We've got Stormboard in 12th now after her second pit stop, I believe, with Verti in 13th. VRhotlaps now leads ahead of Oscar thanks to that pit stop. And we have, there he is for Team Azul on the brakes, mid-corner in fact, for Oscar. He's 7 seconds further back from VRhotlaps, but he's got brand new medium tyres on. It looks like Abu Hamid is going to struggle to make these medium tyres reach the end of the race, and this could be where we see the next overtake potentially. I just want to have a look down our starting line. Yeah, this is the closest battle at the moment between two great newcomers to the league. On board with Woody in the red, white and blue today. I'm not sure that is strictly speaking official colour scheme. He should be in Team Green, so it's about as far away from Team Green as it's possible to be. His permanent teammate should be Aeon Flux, but it's possible they haven't yet sorted out their liveries for the season. But Team Green would be one of the open teams for sponsorship if you wish to be a title sponsor, or your business or friend's business to be a title sponsor of this season. Remember, we've got 11 more races this season for this team, for this division. Flicking down through the gears goes Woody. Good to be on board with him for this as he closes in. That's half a second now between himself and Abu Hamid. VRhotlaps still leads ahead of Oscar. It's laps 15 of 21, and that's both drivers going very wide. Woody was probably catching a bit of dirty air there, a little bit hypnotised by the line that Abu Hamid was taking through the corner. You've got to have terrific amount of self-belief to continue to take your own line when the driver in front is doing something slightly unusual. Can we see possibly an overtake coming now on board here with Woody? Should be able to get the power down nicely. These Red Bull Junior cars are really forgiving until they're not. Anyway, on the exit, and this looks really good then for Woody, as we'll just go out here side by side then, because that was a good defensive posture from Abu Hamid, but Woody needs to get that switchback working a little bit better in order to get past. Should get the power down well, but I think just not quite with the rhythm here. I think he was thinking about a move right around the outside there, but piling the pressure on at this stage is Woody as he catches Abu Hamid, and they'll go. They will go just 1.5 tenths of a second between them. Tremendous fighting at the moment as we'll go side by side through turn 2 in towards 3. Woody does have a tyre advantage, but he doesn't necessarily know that. And he's wearing, I think that's Dale Earnhardt, with the signature on the side of the car. But I do expect that we will see a colour scheme with a lot more green in it next time round, potentially here from Woody. Looks like Abu Hamid for Team Yellow is in a very defensive place right now. Side by side we go again, and Woody down the inside. Not much, I don't think, that Abu Hamid could do about it, and we'll see if he can hang on. It's so easy to get excited having made an overtake, but that looks great from Woody in the end there. It was started in that turn 5 and then continued through turn 6. Just fantastic drive off the corner from him as we go then back through the order. That's a great one. So good to see everybody with us today. I'm glad that you've all been able to join us. That's the Team Yellow livery up close. We'll have a quick tour of Team Black, which has a lot of colours on it for a black team. But thank you for the Webocomms style stickers on there as well. Mismatching actually side to side. Very good. And that was, of course, our team car for Team Black. This is the fabulous Hector livery. I have to say, this is probably my favourite at the moment. And we've got Bannon in P6. Lord Souza for Team Orange. I mean, this has got to be a big favourite as well among the fans. Beautiful simplicity, bit of humour. You'll love to see it. Rizbak chasing Lord Souza at the moment. 0.7 of a second. We'll come back to that in a minute. There's Team Yellow, Team Orange again, Team Black again. And here is Team Azul, or Team Blue, which is, again, like I say, in the sunshine, even in the night conditions, nearly every colour except blue is showing well here through everything. And then, of course, our PSV Racing, one of our title sponsored teams from the YouTube channel PSV Racing, here in the gold and black. And again, when the sun is shining, it doesn't get much better than that on the order. Let's go to Rizbak, shall we? Because Rizbak is chasing down. In fact, we'll actually check in. I just want to check in on Stormborn, because she just lost a position for a moment there. I don't know if there was an error on the car. What's happening behind Stormborn? Like a possible misgear even. Is there a car closing in? But oh, it was a pit exit situation for everybody else. Understood. Okay, so that's why we just had an issue going on there. Let's have a look at Rizbak, shall we? And what he is dealing with at the moment. P7 now it is, as he's just got by Lord Souza for Team Orange. So Rizbak chasing him down. Some really good positioning from everybody here, as Rizbak was right round the outside. Look at that one, just very, very late on the brakes. Rizbak with great patience. Does look like that inside line through turn 5 is absolutely fantastic, really, for our racers. So we have it. VRhotlaps leading Oscar and Crooked Woody. Oscar now 8.2. He's actually fallen back from VRhotlaps, whose tyres and fuel are reaching the end of their available lifespan. Let's have a quick look then at VRhotlaps. Is he actually looking low on fuel? Looks like he's going to have to possibly dial that engine down slightly. We've got we do have him empty at lap 21.2. That is very, very close for our race leader. So he's going to be thinking about that one. There you can see, incredibly, Oscar empty at lap 22.7. 1.5 laps more fuel on board for Oscar. That's about driving style more than anything. So incredible, frankly, from him. Really, really good. So we've got VRhotlaps 7.8 seconds in front of Oscar, who is 11.1 seconds in front of Woody. Everybody should be pitted to the end. We'll have a quick look at Woody's fuel situation as well. He looks like he's in the most desperate fuel situation, Woody. 20.1 he's empty at lap, which is very much outside of the margin for error. So I would fully expect that Woody will be turning his engine down. I wish we could see what engine map drivers were on at the moment, but unfortunately we can't. So that is what we can see. We can just see if anybody is interacting with Hector at this time as well. Is anybody getting used to it? I would expect some of our earlier drivers to be using Hector, but no, nobody seems to have interacted with the chat unless that function is no longer working. VRhotlaps into the pit lane. VRhotlaps into the pits. So I don't expect he'll be putting fuel on. I think we'll get a penalty for that, but a brand new set of softs on board for VRhotlaps. Oscar, with the plenty of fuel on board. VRhotlaps going for a 2-lap run here. He wasn't confident of his ability on the medium tyres to take this through to the end of the race. That's huge for our race, as VRhotlaps comes out of the pits. A very quick pit stop, it has to be said. But now 1.5 seconds behind, with 2.5 laps left to run for the race lead. He didn't fancy holding on there to the end of the race, but he's got that difficult situation where he's going to have to push to catch and pass, but he can't afford to use too much fuel. He would certainly have saved a little bit of fuel in the pit lane, I would imagine. So let's just have a quick check on that one. Yeah, he saved about 0.2 of a lap of fuel just going into the pits and being slower through that pit lane. So that will certainly have helped with his consumption. But 1.4 seconds with it all to do. A set of soft tyres. Drivers going for 2 stops here today. I'm very, very surprised to see it as Hervas launches one down the inside into the bank left-hander. They'll be heading into the bank right-hander now, and Woody is still ahead at this stage. Remember, Woody looking like he's going to run out of fuel, so this could be helping Hervas come into the picture of the podium today. And side by side they will go. It almost looks like the start-finish area there with the spare garages on the point. That's from a different track configuration, I believe, with Woody on the outside now. But he's going to have to try and get up that hill in a really hampered performance car. The Golden Eagle not really helping him at this stage, as Hervas is just driving clean past him. That is the most certain indicator I've got so far that Woody is having to turn that engine down and reduce his fuel demand on the engine to try and get this car home. Looks like he's dropping to 4th, could well be 5th, because enter the fray Abu Hamid. A little dummy move to the inside there, but Woody was already committed on the brakes or hadn't noticed what was happening. But yeah, I can fully expect here to see the gap at the front. Don't forget, Oscar leading by now 1.2 seconds from VRhotlaps as we run then through the lap here. It's lap 20 of 21. VRhotlaps is going to have to find pace and an opportunity to overtake. And Abu Hamid walks past Woody there with the reduction in performance. Abu Hamid and Hervas, the two favourites today, are now 3rd and 4th position. Oscar leading the way, but the gap is down to half a second to VRhotlaps. Let's just check in. Oh, I was going to say check in with VRhotlaps fuel burn here. As PSV says, get your pace back. You got this, says the team boss. As down the inside line runs VRhotlaps. Look at him go there with that extra soft tyre grip. He's looking for a route to the apex. But at the moment, Oscar is managing to delay. There's a touch of lag possibly on the car there. For a moment, we'll join VRhotlaps as he looks to try and get down on the power as early as possible as they launch up the hill. Oscar trying to guess left and right. VRhotlaps, the lag is going to be problematic, and VRhotlaps is just going to dive down the inside line here. Doesn't quite complete the move. Try the switchback on the way out. The soft tyre traction is really helping him launch. He's going to get back for a little bit of slipstream, but he's going to have to commit here down into the inside lane. It's the final lap of the race. There is contact between the pair. But VRhotlaps gets through. We'll have to have a replay of that one. See what you think as to whether that was a legitimate pass. Let's join Oscar here and see as they head into the corner. Oscar, that was the slipstream. Oscar leaving the door open. And, well, I couldn't quite track. I think VRhotlaps wheel touched the side pod possibly of Oscar's car, but now VRhotlaps has got a fuel situation. As far as I can tell, the PSV Golden car is in the lead now by 0.4 of a second. We have the grip, but not the performance on this final lap of the race as we run to the finish there. So it is VRhotlaps in the lead by just 0.3 from Oscar as they finish out this Alsace finish. Round 1 of this rookie season. We are in for a real treat if they continue to fight like this. And round they go then. Extending the lead is VRhotlaps. We will see if he can complete this one. This famous first victory on his debut. Running then into the now very, very technical section at the end of the race. Tucking down into the inside lane. Oscar running out of tyres big time as VRhotlaps runs very low on fuel as well. Now they're going to demand a lot from that fuel tank as they head uphill over the crest, pitch back down again towards the difficult braking zone, but the tyres should help him. I think VRhotlaps has got it here to a finish. It was 2 pit stops for each driver. I'm not sure that was plan A, but it seems to have worked out in the end as VRhotlaps, with a flash of the lights, wins the first race of the rookie season ahead of OZCARGT. What a fabulous battle they had today. It looks like Abu Hamid has come unglued there on this final lap of the race. Here comes Hervas to come across the line, some 15.5 seconds behind the leader. But we frown on that in the way to finish Hervas, but he pitches the car into a spin. Woody across the line in P4, and it looks like it's going to be Abu Hamid very much on his own here. In fact, out of fuel, down at 60 miles an hour. Thankfully for him, there's a big gap behind, but it looks like he's going to get hold of this final position as through comes Bannon. And here, centre screen, Bannon in 6th, with his teammate Rizbak for Hector Motorsports in P7. Jazzy Beats in 8th, as Lord Souza's out in 9th place. Caution everybody, watch your fuel tanks here as you get through. As Souza crosses the line, pretty confident he was finishing on the screen. Irish Liquid in 10th. Fonseca in 11th has run out of fuel as well. Stormborn will be getting excited. Can she cross the line ahead? Yes, by 1/10 of a second from Fonseca, with fuel to spare there. Stormborn just about, and Verti will finish the race in P13 in the end. So we have a PSV Racing bookended grid, top and tailing this one, as we've got VRhotlaps winning and Verti coming home in 13th and last position. VRhotlaps, though, congratulations to him. Ahead of Oscar. What a great fight these two had. Both had a good share of the race in the lead, and a tremendous finish then overall. The confetti will fly. We'll get plenty of rewards for that race. And then here are your provisional standings, of course, prior to any steward inquiries. VRhotlaps winning ahead of Oscar. Not a bad day for the Europeans, with Team GB in P1 and 2 and the Spaniard Hervas in P3, or Dios, as you can see, one of his versions of his name. We've got Woody in 4th, Abu Hamid in 5th, known as Verstappen, with Bannon in 6th, Rizbak in 7th, and Jazzy Beats in 8th place. Let me just get rid of Hector for you for a second so you can actually see that a little bit better. Jazzy Beats in 8th place. We've got Souza finishing 9th, Liquid in 10th, Stormborn 11th, Fonseca in 12th, and Verti bringing up the rear at this time. So, fantastic race from him, from all our drivers, frankly. And very hard fought. They put in a lot of work for that one, and hopefully be happy with the performance, or at least with what they've learned so far. So we will be back with you very, very soon for the S1 division. I'm going to go rest my voice for a moment. Thank you to everybody who has taken part. Make sure you hit something positive on the video today underneath wherever possible, and consider supporting our league as well. So this is the closing portion of our rookie race. Coming up, though, in about 20 minutes time on the channel, we will have the S1 division, the top tier of Formula Racing. Lord Vader defends his all-new title in the 2026 VR Sim Racing World Championship. Hopefully we will catch you very soon. We'll see you over there, but if not, we'll catch you on the next race day.